Hey guys, Team Cornhole here, and doing our next deck profile video for the September 2012 format. And I mean, like 99.9% sure it's that from the leaked OCG list. If it's different, this deck might not be legal, but assuming it is, it's probably going to be tier 1, like without a doubt. TeleDAD, old deck. They brought E-Tele back to 3, and they brought D-Draw back to 3. They're saying bring back TeleDAD. And it's actually not much of... It is still TeleDAD, but it's played like old TeleDAD, like you save your cards, you don't use anything until you need to. Absolutely need to. And but the new big key player, without a doubt, is Tefnuit. And deck might need to be called Tefnuit Dad now instead of TeleDAD, because Tefnuit makes the bigger plays, because it just does. And TeleDAD surprisingly works really well with Xeasing. It's going to be a mixture. It's like, I think we run 6 to 8 synchro. We run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll show you later. 8 synchros and 7 XEs. So it's a hybrid of new and old, but it works. And play test against Dark Worlds that went top 4 at locals and top 8 at locals consistently. And well, that's his, yeah. And then Gravekeepers, so really good decks, and it's winning. And it can side I mean, they can side in Shadow Imp against you, and you can literally change the whole thing of the deck into a different build, and it's crazy the things you can do with this. Go over that too, but I'll just start with the deck profile.
So I think that should be good. 1 Stratos.
Stratos is still amazing. 2 Destiny Hero Malicious. Makes the huge plays in this deck. Amazing card. D-Draw target and Foolish Burial target. Get him in your graveyard. Tribute monsters with him. Awesome card. I'm assuming you know his effect. Banish him from the graveyard to special him from your deck. Wish he was at 3, but he's not. 2 Dasher. Mainly a D-Draw target, but Dasher also has his other 2 effects have come in handy, more surprisingly than I thought. His first effect is you contribute a monster, which you contribute to Tefnuit, which activates Tefnuit's effect, plus it gains him 1,000 attack. So it's exchange a monster for another level 6, and you're going to overlay anyway, but boost him 1,000 attack, and mills your deck out a little. Other one, when he's in your graveyard, if you draw a monster, you can special it. Works amazing with if you have like a Zenmain's on the field and you draw Tefnuit, you can just special it anyway. It's amazing. The big guy of the deck now, 3 Tefnuit. Need 3. And just 1 Wattail. You're not going to run more than that. You get rid of it fast enough off the field. 2 Tour Guide, because it's getting semi-limited. Sangan. If you play Tour Guide, search other Tour Guides so you don't have just a dead Tour Guide in your deck. Trips Kribons. This card makes huge plays too, obviously, and it's the E-Tele target for obvious reasons, because it is. 2 Valor. Noticed we had 1 level 4 monster in there, so you don't really normal summon a lot in this deck. You tribute summon, you don't normal summon almost ever. Now here's the big guys. 1 Caius. 1 Gores. 1 BOS. 1 Dark Arm. You're going to draw a boss monster. It's going to happen, and you can get them out very easily in this deck. And boss monsters translate over into easy wins. Next, 3 E-Tele. Don't need to say much. It's an amazing card. Kind of broken. 3 D-Draw. I only have 4 targets, but I can get to them very easily. And I'm getting a Plague Spreader, which is going to make D-Draw easier to use. Actually, I'll explain that. But yeah, pretend there's a Plague Spreader in here somewhere. I don't know what I take out yet, but I need that. 2 Heretics because it got semi-limited. I would probably run 3 because you want Tefnuits. Allure. Foolish. So notice we had 4 draw power cards that are +2s. This deck goes through itself quick. 2 MST. Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, 2 Solemns, Judgment, and Torrential. Okay. Now for the extra deck. Here's the Synchros Risk Catastor. Amazing card always, you know. Iron Chain Dragon, because Brio's getting banned. And another level 6. Gravity Warrior. There's other level 6s. I'm trying Gravity Warrior right now. Guy Knight of Force Earth the Beater. He has 2 effects that could come in handy. You never know. Colossal Fighter, we're bringing him back. There's a lot of warriors in this deck.
Not a ton.
Not a ton, but there's warriors. He revives himself. We'll bring him back. Because you go into level 8 so easy in this deck. Just have the option of him at least as a beater. Scrap Dragon. Overmind, or Thought Ruler, sorry. Stardust. Gotchi, in case you had 2 E-Tellers and really just want to turn it into a Gotchi. I've never done that yet, but the possibility is there nonetheless. 1 Zen Maids. 1 number 21. Giga Brilliant.
20, not 21.
20. Leviathan. Force Focus. Photon Bouncer, and you'd think he's the biggest player in here, and he might be, but I'm liking the Exabeetle combo, and I don't know if you know that. I'll show you guys that later. Go Exabeetle and 2 Thunder Charger. See what time we have, and I'll try and show you some of the plays, but we got some time. Okay. So this deck is one of those where you'll pass first turn probably, and then you'll go. I'm going to show you a common hand. This deck runs, like I said, 1 level 4, so you'd think it's really inconsistent. The consistency is off the charts. I don't know why it works. It works. Make sure you super shuffle after duels, though. Get the cards mixed up, because you don't want all your maliciouses right next to each other. If you draw 2 malicious and 3, you're gonna cry. Here's a really, really common hand. You always seem to draw 1 malicious, even though you don't want it, and you can work with it still. 1 Tefnuit, because you have 5 ways to get to it. You're gonna get a Tefnuit in your hand, and an E-Telly, right? So watch this. You pass, and you have Veilers, you have Gores, you have hand traps. You aren't gonna get OTK'd. Maybe you set a trap. You use the trap. Your turn. They have a monster. Special Tef, right? Easy enough. Tribute Tef. Malicious. Tef effect. Special Wattail Dragon. So we've used our normal 7, right? Now we are going to Emergency Teleport. And this play happens second turn so many times. You can do it first too. It's not impossible. Sync 8 with Malicious. Now you have the option depending on what you want to go to. I usually prefer Scrap Dragon or Stardust Dragon. Stardust Dragon for now. Destiny Hero Malicious's effect. Banish him from your graveyard. Special Malicious. Overlay. Now if they have a monster out, Exabeetle. Send that monster to the graveyard and whatever you did, and you do Thunder Charger. They don't have a monster out, they have a face down, you go into Strike Bouncer. You now have a indestructible Strike Bouncer thanks to Stardust, and that was a 1-turn combo, and it cost you 3 cards. And it now set up your graveyard with a dark and another dark and a light for BOS, and some people on Chaos Sorcerer, you can do that. Other cards you tribute, Caius makes plays too, and then you overlay with that after you're done with Caius's effect. And Dashers make plays. So this deck is very Chaos based right now. Now let's say some Chaos decks lose because Shadow Imp or something, or they decide Shadow Imp, yeah. I've been playtesting this thing, and it completely gets around the entire Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. So you're going to side out a lot of cards, and it's going to go into more of just an actual TeleDAD, as in Psychics and Dad. And I know Dad will still get hit by or Shadow, but you probably have 1 MST, and you could side him out too for one more card, but I like keeping him in there. It revolves around now tributing. You're still going to have Tefnuit. Tefnuit's light. No one runs light imps. They don't. It's not as good.
I do.
Overdrive Teleporter. When this card is, I think it's just on the. It can't be special summon, but when it's on the field, you can pay 2,000 life points once to special 2 level 3 psychics from your deck. That is unbelievable. For not only can they be tuners, you can overlay them right away into Zen Mains, Giga Brilliant. Possibilities are endless. You tribute first off, usually for a Tefnuit, so you already have a level 6 to overlay with afterwards. Or if you summon 2 tuners, you can go into 2 level 9s, and there is a level 9 psychic that you can make.
Hyper Psychic Blaster.
Hyper Psychic Blaster.
Gains
Yes.
you crap loads of life points.
You'll sign in him, 3 Serene Psychic Witches, level 3 target.
Him, that's her.
Her, sorry. And you're going to side out 2 Kree Bonds for 2 Esper Girls, which are a E-Telly target. And they combo extremely well with Serene Psychic Witch, because if Serene Psychic Witch gets destroyed, you banish Esper Girl. Esper Girl gets unspecial summoned, I believe, or...
When she's special summoned while banished, you're removed from play the top card of your deck and add
So
your
it's
hand unless
it turns into a +1. Anyway, and so it works nicely. And then I run Decrees in my side deck also right now, because I can, because we run 4 traps. So TeleDAD's going to be big this format.
Tefnuit Dad.
It's Tefnuit, I want to call it TeleDAD for the retro sake. Biggest playmaker, definitely Tefnuit though. You got to give it to him. And E-Telly, but E-Telly's E-Telly. You know.
Telly Tefnuit.
So we're gonna make a few more. Maybe tonight. Maybe I don't know when. Hand me those. Recently, I also got my hands on Hypers and Kinky Boyu or whatever you call it. And I'm making a. I also got another BOS the other day. So making a Piper Chaos Control deck because it's fun. Chaos Hunter. Have that up soon, and my brother is working on frogs, so that might come up at some point, and Gravekeepers. So we'll have those profiles up. We did make a dueling video of Gear Geese versus something.
I think it was first Dark Worlds or
First
Cars.
Dark Worlds or Karas, but
Car Crazy.
it was too long, and we'll trim it down and put that up too. So see you guys.